Fake friends, manipulative friends, backstabbing friends, friends who would your girlfriend. You know, I'm of the opinion that as you grow older as a man, you don't have friends. You have acquaintances, people who you deal with, do business with, maybe besides those who grew up with you, especially if you're a kind of a man who tries to climb up that hierarchical pyramid and wants to do something with his life. People will always have opinions about what you're doing and where you're going. And for that matter, you shouldn't be disclosing all of your private businesses for others' judgment, and that includes your mother. Let's see what characteristics you should avoid.
Here are 7 things that only a fake friend would do. 1. They talk about you behind your back. Do you find this person gossiping about you behind your back and spreading your secrets to everyone? No matter how juicy the rumor is or how popular it might make them, a true friend would never jeopardize your friendship or humiliate you like that by stabbing you in the back. But fake friends will talk trash about you and spread rumors about you when you're not looking.
I mentioned in a previous video that I was watching The Sopranos, a TV show.
Oof, Madon.
Spectacular one, I'm recommending highly. And you can see this double-faced culture between mafiosos, where they kiss and hug each other at the first sight, but then when they're in the company of other friends, they talk back at them. They talk trash and are willing to sell their deepest, darkest secrets. I don't know if that's prevalent of that culture overall, but what I'm trying to say is that you can sense whether that person is truly trying to gain something from you without giving anything back. Now, don't get me wrong, all relationships are symbiotic. We give and take all the time. But it's about balance, it's about reciprocity, whether you are doing in a righteous way, in a fair way, or you are being snake in the grass about it. Disclosing others' businesses is highly distasteful. And I'm not talking about your friends. I'm talking about people that you interact with. I lose respect on the spot the moment I hear someone talk trash about someone else. Whether it's your ex, your friends, colleagues, or other people that you are not closely affiliated with. Just as a note, there's a difference between ball breaking and talking trash. You feel the energy, the aura that the person emanates. And that energy is a negative one.
2. They throw you under the bus. When the going gets tough, fake friends are willing to just throw you under the bus and pin the blame on you if it means saving their own skin. They don't vouch for you, they don't take your side, and they certainly don't stick up for you when someone is hurting or belittling you. The truth is, they don't think you or your friendship is worth putting themselves at risk for.
This happens to young individuals when you maybe move to a new place, go to a new school, start to adapt, widen your social circle, get to know some new people, and if you're of lower self-esteem, you become somewhat desperate and want to have a company regardless of the caliber of people. So that naturally may push you into the arms of fake people, those who would use you, abuse you for their own gain. I mean, if you have been living on this planet for at least 2 decades, you will be able to realize this. But if you haven't had any social interaction with any kind of people, then I guess I would understand why this would happen to you. Back in the day when I was younger fella and hadn't developed my sense of integrity so much, I told one of my ex-friends that I was going on a visit to another city to meet up with a girl that I was chatting with for 6 months, simultaneously having a girlfriend in my own county. Lo and behold, that rat bastard told on me and that girl confronted me, but I could weasel my way out. We were teenagers. Anyhow, that person was ready to jeopardize our friendship in the hopes of getting some plus points from that girl and maybe getting into her pants.
3. They constantly cancel on you. Have you spent weeks planning a trip only for your friends to cancel on you at the last minute? Was there something you were looking forward to doing with them, but they never even bothered to show up? No matter how many times you keep reminding them about it, your so-called friends never keep their word. You've had to learn the hard way over and over again that you can't ever count on them to come through for you.
This is not only about your friends. This is about people that you have any kind of relationship to. If people don't make up time for you, that means that they don't care about you. You are not priority in their lives. And naturally, you fall off because you're not that important. By the way, that's a telltale sign, a great way to establish whether the person genuinely has respect for you or not. Especially living in the era of digitization, where there's so much information and people can blame on things getting in their ways. But in reality, they don't have time for you.
4. They exclude you from their plans. Do they seem to conveniently forget to invite you to things? Do you feel excluded from group activities more often than not? Even if you go out of your way to invite them or tell them about your plans, they just don't do the same for you.
This may have happened to me a couple of times, but I was much younger, and truth be told, I didn't take this to the heart. As I said previously, I never was clingy on such manner with my friends. I never perceived people as being my homies, diehard friends. There was always some kind of a distance between me and people that I was having relationships with. So that distancing attitude of mine, both in intimate relationships and friendships, made me less susceptible to this kind of betrayals.
5. They call just to ask you for favors. Does this situation sound familiar to you? Oh, hey, listen, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I need a really big favor. Do you think you could help me, please? If this friend only ever calls you up to ask for your help, then they're probably a fake friend. Fake friends think it's okay to ghost you for weeks, only to pop up and ask you for a favor. They don't even bother to ask you how you're doing because, really, they're just using you to help fix their problem. And the moment you give them what they want, then they're out of your life once more.
I would say that this is more common with family members, cousins, aunties, uncles, and even close family members. Could you do this? Could you do that? Maybe you haven't heard something from your relative or your family member. 3-6 months go by and then you get a call from them telling something about, could you help me to translate this or help me to move out from my apartment? And in the back of your head you think for yourself, you didn't even bother to ask, how am I doing? But yeah, beware of that. This goes back to that reciprocity I was talking about. There's no back and forth between you two. Only when that person has something he or she wants from you, they will reach out to you.
6. They give you backhanded compliments. Have they ever said things to you like, you did surprisingly well? Or, that was better than I expected from you? Or maybe, you look so much better than you usually do. A backhanded compliment is something fake friends do to subtly put you down by making it sound like praise. It's a way to criticize you without being too obvious about it. It shows that they are jealous of you and that they judge you more harshly than they want to let on. What they really want to do is to take a dig at you and pass it off as a bit of light-hearted teasing between friends.
This has happened throughout my childhood with my own family, but I guess it's a form of love. There was unintentional bullying going on in my family, but I guess that didn't rub me wrong. It only made me emotionally tougher, if I'm being honest. But different people take it in different ways, so don't take me as an example to these situations. Also, one of my friends have told me that one of his closest friends does this all the time. He's trying to go his own way and succeed in entrepreneurship, and his friend is always sliding in these condescending remarks about the silliness of my friend's ideas on how he wants to succeed. Anyhow, this is a poisonous attitude, and this comes from the insecurity of the person that you are friends with. They have to put others down in order to feel good about themselves. It's their second nature, so don't take it the wrong way, just cut them off.
7. They only talk about themselves. Do they go on and on about only themselves, their problems, and whatever else is going on in their own lives? Do they brush you off when you want to talk about your thoughts and feelings? Does it seem like they don't pay attention to any topic that doesn't involve them? The communication between you two feels largely one-sided because fake friends are self-absorbed and inconsiderate. They don't care much about you or what you have to say.
This reminds me of narcissism, and I have a video about that, and you're welcome to check that one out. This goes to not only the talking part, this goes to everything they do. They are the center of their own lives, and everything revolves around them, having zero consideration for others, their point of views, perceptions, and lives. You have to be aware of the smallest things. Do they try to reach out to you? Are they caring towards you? Are they helpful when needed? Do they listen to your advice and find it useful? There are many more subtle cues that you have to take into consideration.
Like any other kind of relationship, all relationships need honesty, trust, care, and mutual respect to thrive and survive. But when it comes to fake friends, you'll notice that all of these things are sorely missing. Did anyone in particular come to mind during the course of this video? Have you ever been in a fake friendship before? Let us know in the comments below. While it's painful to find out that the people you once consider your close friends turn out to be fake, it hurts even more to keep denying yourself the truth and stay with someone who isn't any good for you.
You have to keep testing your friends all the time. And by testing, I don't mean to deliberately carving out plans and strategies about establishing their loyalty to you. It's more about taking notes of smallest things, the attitude changes, and personality development. Just because you have been friends for 10, 15, 20 years doesn't mean that that friendship is indestructible. When there's history, you only give them one chance. Everything else besides that is a no-go zone. Don't make the same mistake twice. The best way is to know yourself and honor your own views and values. That will put you on a distance between you and your friends, enabling you to see things clearly. If it happens, it happens. Move on. Life goes on. Watch this video about narcissism and see if the same qualities are prevalent in your friends. But for now, Hossein, out!